What is going on, Alpha Hunters? Hope everybody's having a very tubular Tuesday on their day. The markets are having a very, timid, I guess, day. We're not really doing a whole lot. From yesterday, we kind of just had a steady pullback throughout the day. Makes some sense as tech has been running pretty hot over the previous several weeks. So, continued to kind of pull back, especially in the NVIDIA big name there, or now a big name. And we did get a little bit of a gap up today, kind of just chop sideways, a little bit of pull down, a little bit of bounce. Yeah, not too much kind of going on there. Q's a little bit better today, getting a little bit better bounce, but you can see how much they kind of just pulled back throughout the day yesterday. Nice little gap up, nice little run there. Okay. Nice little pullback here over the past 45 minutes or so into the moving averages, see if it continues higher. And the rotation that we kind of saw out of the Qs over the previous couple days and into like the IWM, DIA, RSP kind of areas, you can see that that's kind of been flipped today. We got the IWM is now down today, and the DIA is also down, pulling back some more. RSP also pulling back some more. So the rotation over the previous couple days out of the Qs and into these others, into kind of the general market areas, kind of not happening again today. We're going back to what it's been like for the previous several weeks, where money is coming out of the general market and going into very concentrated names in big tech. So, yeah, I mean, it's kind of the way the money flows, I guess, sometimes. Not really too much in the way of, RSP, DIA, IWM to be looking out for. Just kind of still just chopping around, waiting for them to break certain levels. Qs, obviously yesterday we got to the Qs to at least pull down to the 10 EMA. Wound up breaking down below that, but you can see it bounced back above it or at it today. So not looking too bad there on the Qs. I would imagine it pulls back a little bit more before I would feel really comfortable. Maybe like down to this level or maybe this level. So around, I guess like 468 to 460, somewhere in there. Like that's going to be a pretty strong area of support. SPY, maybe like 537 to 533 be a pretty good support area as well there for the SPY. So that's just kind of the way things are going there. As far as how other things are kind of moving, VIX, well, market generally kind of not really doing a whole lot, not freaking out. VIX pulling down a little bit, so that makes sense. DXY bouncing off the 10 EMA, so continuing to try to bounce here. We'll see if Monday's drop here was actually a little bit more of a legit like reversal top area, or if it was just a quick pullback to the 10 EMA. We'll probably find this out tomorrow. But you could definitely play that Monday candle either way. You can set an entry above it, or if you're looking for that pullback on that 10 EMA, you're probably playing that. But you can set it above it or below it, and whichever way we break that Monday candle, that's the way you probably go. You just set your stop loss on the other side of it. So, DXY bouncing a little bit off that 10 EMA today, looking somewhat decent. Gold probably just still consolidating. Yeah, probably consolidating, starting to look pretty good here. I was hoping it would come back down a little bit lower, but it doesn't have to, right? It looks like it's consolidating pretty good sideways here for about a month. We've been kind of in this area going all the way back to, May 24th. So, I've been about a month in this area, just going sideways. So, starting to be a long enough time to accumulate to where if it starts to move higher, definitely doesn't need to pull back. It's probably going to have enough power to just keep running. Yields. I'll reserve all judgments here. Got a little bit of a pennant pattern that kind of formed over the previous couple of days. It looked like we broke the lower ends of that down. But we bounced. So we'll see what happens. I mean, we're definitely consolidating here for about the past week and a half. So we'll see what happens. I mean, if yields break down, you're going to be bullish on bonds. If yields start to pop up out of here, like consolidate and start to base and start to push higher, you're going to be bearish on bonds. But kind of interesting to consolidating here. I guess. Let me zoom out. Do we have a really solid? Well, we do have this like high back from like late 22, but there's a lot of different levels all throughout here where we've kind of had different pivots and different tops, different bottoms. So yeah, that's all I got. I mean, that's all I got. I mean, we have a little bit of a concentration here. Market's trying to figure out what they want to do. So we'll just have to wait and see. 10 and 2 inversion, continue to push down. Okay, interesting. All right, so continue to drop there on the inversions. HYG, high yield corporate bonds. This thing looks like it wants to explode higher, but the fact that it hasn't yet, which means it needs to here very soon, I would gladly show some, new stuff that we have coming up, but it is not working here in TradingView still. I don't know what's up with that. But HYG, I mean, it looks really good. It looks like it wants to explode higher, but if it doesn't here in the next maybe day or two, you're probably looking for it to break down, which would be, in my opinion, a significant breakdown. So we'll just have to wait and see there. LQD trying to consolidate. We'll see if that pushes higher as well. Looks pretty good. So TLT probably. TLT looks like it wants to push higher as well, but they're not doing it. So they need to do it. So we're getting really kind of tight on this compression here, kind of this pennant pattern. So we need to see the breaks happen here very soon. Had quite a bit of volume come in on the TLT yesterday too. And taking a look at sector rotation for the day. Stop moving. Thank you. Tech. Yep, money's flowing back into tech. Makes perfect sense from what we saw for the ETFs. XLC Communications also leading the day. Healthcare underperforming. Everything else is underperforming. So healthcare is underperforming. Energies, discretionaries, financial staples, utilities, industrials, and materials. And at the lower end of the day, real estate. And you can really see like money just flowing out of these names. I mean, you just see them just continuing to decline. But the market, the SP 500 is kind of sideways, right? Over the past, really even over the past hour, you can see the SP 500 is kind of sideways. But I mean, the money's just draining out of these ETFs and out of those sectors, kind of going into the communications area and some in the tech. But yeah, kind of interesting look there. As far as intraday looks, yeah, communications doing pretty good. You can see that mid-morning kind of run there. And then, yeah, tech doing pretty good, especially nice little bounce here over the past 20, 30 minutes. Okay. Energies actually doing pretty good. So energies must have got hit with a gap down here today. Healthcare, a little bit of underperformance really over the past couple of minutes. Discretionaries, staples, utilities, financials, materials, industrials, real estate. I mean, look at these names just over the past 30 minutes even just absolutely can just hit. All right. Well, it is what it is.